those, I would imagine. Alright then, so we've done a couple of bits in the base. I'll just finish off these bedrooms and then we'll go back to the refinery build, get that finished. I'm assuming by now they've probably built most of the steam turbine stuff down here. Yeah, I've had a few little derps that need to be fixed. That'll be fine, and that'll be fine. We'll build some more of this in a minute. I'll come back to that when I'm in that mode again. We can probably get all this done at the same time. I don't want to have to fuck about putting dupes in the right beds again. Which is always a pain in the ass. So I've got them on different schedules with the lights and stuff. So there's all my normal scheduled dupes sorted. Oops. Yeah, we can put all these in. Anyway, I guess all the bits of art. And let's sweep with and 70 with some of this crap out of the bedrooms as well. Nice. Oh, look how pretty that is now, guys. All the different coloured lights. Real pretty. Real pretty. Mr. Ian, how are you doing today, bud? I guess that would need automation itself being monitored more than on and off. Imagine automation over 10 states, for example. Yeah. Well, there are people out there that do like crazy automation builds so they can make it like, you know, binary systems and stuff. And I've seen some pretty weird and wonderful stuff. But you end up with like an automation layout that would be the size of my base. Like some of the automation builds I've seen with like, you know, it is literally, it reminds me of the like binary diagrams used to do for like, one of the things that we did in uni was like doing an 8-bit LED thing, and that was something like this. It was huge lines of automation all over the place. I'm building a computer in Minecraft, yeah, that same sort of thing. Alright then, so Rave Pirate, Otto, Ada, and Ashcan. So that's this schedule. Oh wait. Rave Pirate and Otto is the top two. Alright, let's do them first. I'm probably going to cock them up in the middle of the day, but whatever. Once this is finished, we can go and do some of the stuff. I'd also like to get the... Oh, they have started doing a bit of the art. Oh, Frankie's sparkle streaking now. We're getting more sparkle streakers, guys. Go, go, go. Nice. Real nice. What have I missed? We've just been doing a bit of odds and sods around the base, to be honest, Ian. We have just been prettifying all the bedrooms a bit more. So we've made all the bedrooms real sexy and nice now. I'm just literally finishing that off. We've sorted our hatches back online. We've made a bit of a storage area. We've made 2 storage areas, but one of them isn't really doing anything yet. And yeah, just generally trying to streamline a few things. I probably need to go back to speed 2, you know. Trying to streamline a few things, make some things a little bit better in the base. And then in a minute we're going to do our refinery build. So we can start refining some stuff again. Which will be lovely. And a little steam turbine build in the middle. Nice. Good boy, Otto. He's probably going to get woken up now because he came to bed super late. Yeah. But we just have to take it for now. Wraith Pirate's not even made it to bed. But we did assign him his bed really late, in fairness. Right then, let's get rid of these last few. And they'll all assign themselves, then I don't need to worry. Javra's doing some lovely art. Really doing well with the art. Ah, look how colourful it is and nice. I like it. Something about turbines. Anyone know the rules when liquid bridges leak on deconstruct? Liquid bridges shouldn't leak, mate. It's only if there's a packet in the inside. Like the pipe itself is what holds the liquid. The bridges don't hold anything. They're like magical teleportation devices. So a bridge doesn't actually store liquid. It's only the pipe behind it that does. Think of a bridge like a wormhole. Kiara, how you doing? How you doing tonight? What is on your agenda this evening? What the bloody hell are you doing is what I'm trying to ask. Real premium work, everyone. Real good. Ah, much tidy, very good. Do I have a spare slot down here somewhere? No, I don't. I'm gonna put steel in one of these, but we'll probably put steel and other bits on the other side in a minute. Oh, we lit up our fish tank as well, which is very important. It was requested, so we did it. Got a nice fish tank now. What's this stuff? Oh, muck roots. Muck roots and curative tablets. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to move some of this shenanigans. Yeah, this automation here, I think it's from when we had like our research station here, like 17 years ago. So we'll get rid of that as well, because it's bollocks. It's proper bollocks. Our food and power solid. Food is pretty solid. Power could do with a bit more love, I think. But at the end of the last stream, if you remember, the last Oni stream, we did put in some ethanol power down here. So we've got our ethanol distillers that are making ethanol for some petroleum gens, which are giving us like a boost of power. We are low on coal at the minute, so one of the things that we've just done is ripped out all the diamond hatches. And we dropped some eggs up here, so we should hopefully get some more stone hatches online soon. Be a while before we feel this, but, you know, maybe in 10 cycles we'll start having more hatches up here. Which is good. Right. Not sure what I want to do here. This space doesn't really have a use anymore. What percentage of the power the tree's providing? No idea, mate. We're kind of we've got all of our generators running at the same time at the minute, so they're all sort of covering it. I couldn't tell you. I kind of just wanted to spread the load on the old gens. Being dropped today. Hatchling eggs. What? Poop only. Dropping hatchling eggs. I don't even need this. Don't know why I built this. How long have we been dropping like normal hatchling eggs in there? I don't remember that. Maybe we'll put in a little light there. Yeah, that'll be nice. Oh, nice. It's already going to be powered as well. Cool. On the pop-up box, you can deconstruct from there rather than pressing X. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, how do you deconstruct the bridge without one pipe bit? Oh, I see what you're talking about. So, yeah, just basically click a bridge. Boop. And then deconstruct. You can... Yeah, that's probably the only way of doing it. just hit deconstruct. Boop. Okay, so we're harvesting trees, doing all that good stuff. Are we still alright for polluted water? Yeah, we're good for polluted water. That's fine. These are all getting supplied. We've got ethanol now fully backed up, which is lovely. So these boys will actually run a bit less now. We had 9 tons of lumber here before. We've now got 22 tons, which is fine. So we're getting a surplus of lumber as well. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Oh, we're still dumping our polluted dirt here. We're going to have a lot of polluted dirt. 12.5 tons there already. Jesus. That's a lot of poops. Tune up our generators. I'm just going to give them literally a cycle or so to deal with some of this sweeping and stuff, because we've been doing a lot of like priority 9, priority 8 work. So I'll let them get to doing some of this stuff. Which I think will be good. Hold on a minute, why is that happening? Oh, I don't want that to happen. No, you bastard. Stop moving that, you're in a loop. Okay. Oh, you bastard. Okay. Still, things seem to be going on okay. We're now up to 7.5 tons of lime, which is pretty good. Considering we've not really been actively trying to go out of our way for it. They're still crushing fossil and stuff as well. Eggshell to lime, poker shell malt, poker shell malt. This one's for fossil, I think. Nice. Do we have... Yeah, we've no fossil left now, so they're just crunching shells, which is fine. Yeah, ticking over okay. Everything seems to be ticking over alright. Oh yeah, we're in the midst of sorting all this stuff out, and I kind of just left it all. Yeah, we don't need to dig all this crap out now, just yet. We'll tidy up just these couple of bits around here. Oh, my belly. My belly. I knew he'd do that one first. I absolutely knew he was going to do that. Yeah, they do have like a basic ladder access over on this side, so that's okay. So then, this is going to be our build. Let's start doing some tinkering. I think we're going to do like a little trove. Do something like that. Loads of diamonds. So let's do something like this. That'll be real nice. We need to lock this just whilst we're working. It's probably going to make a bit of a mess. A bit of oil will be fine, I think. So I'll do crude oil 9, crude oil 9, and I'll have to keep an eye on this. And I'll have to do some moping. Has the ranching leveling up bug been fixed? Which bug are we talking about? Which bug? There are too many bugs to really remember them all. Which one are we talking about? Them not leveling up, or... Because you can level up your ranching. But you just need to do the lullabies. Oh. Perfect. It's the lullabies that count towards it. Singing sweet lullabies. Okay, so now that's done. Get rid of you. You're going to be there, ultimately. You're going to be there. Yeah, that one. I don't know if it's a bug, more just an oversight on Clay's part. I don't know if it's actually an bug. Wait, hold on a second. I'm ballsing this up. That's meant to be like... What am I doing? Where was my liquid going to be before? Where was my northern liquid lock going to be? Can't be there. Be there? Like that? Not right. Was I thinking before? This doesn't need to be liquid locked. I just need to have access. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why I put these bottle empties in. This can just be open to the elements. We'll just put some ethanol in here and it should all be fine as long as we keep it nice and cool. I'm debating not having an aqua tuna in here and just using some of this salt water instead. Five tons of salt water in here. Which I could run down. This is salt water, it's like 40 degrees. I think this will get hotter over time. Because it's getting a feed that's coming in from my petroleum. Let me just figure this out, hold on. So this one is set to 45 degrees. This one is set to 38 degrees. Oh, so the water stays cool. Okay. So we could use that water to keep this cool. And then boil some of it off. Huh. No, we'll use this water to keep it cool. So we'll take maybe this pipe over here. Put this side. There's nothing else near it that really matters if it gets a little bit warm. Apart from maybe the trees, but they can go up to 40 degrees, I think. 40 degrees. They're getting cooled by the polluted water anyway. Yeah, then this will be fine. So what I will want to do is get rid of you. Do a bit of that. Not going to be very pretty. I'll have to do something like this. Sorry, I'm mumbling, I'm thinking. It's a thinking time. I'll be fine. Okay. Okay. It's always been that way, so you can't really be sure if it's a bugger to do want ranching to be really levelable. It's my ranching to OP. They complained ages ago, then they added incubators that could raise it. They used to level up their ranching for a little while, just off doing ranching related jobs, and then they removed it completely, and everyone went apeshit, and then they brought in incubators. Yeah, there are several bugs that would be trivial to fix but aren't fixed. I don't think one can draw any conclusions from that. Gas output on the cooking range number needs to be changed from 4 to 3. Did you know the steam turbine can cool itself with its own water output if the steam feed isn't excessively hot? Yes. Yes, I did. I think I've seen do a self-cooled turbine build. We did when they were first changed, but I think we had to block some ports. I can't remember. I had to ask, so I decided to get up from bed watching you. What is the plan for this session? You go into space, or you planning once you've gotten the Master Sword before you take on the evil space dragon? Find the unlocked port to the Nether, where the legendary Princess Shrek resides. It's with his long-lost prince. We've already been doing a lot of what we planned to do today. So today's stream was all about streamlining stuff. So trying to make things a bit more organised in the base, getting a few things sorted, getting a little storage supply online, being able to move some of our derpy sweepers that we had around here that were feeding our critters. So we've now got better critters online, getting more coal online. All these things are things that we needed to do for the base, so that I didn't need to rush around trying to dig out coal and stuff like that last minute. I would like to get some tube access done today if we can. That would be a real nice thing to do. But for the moment, I want to start doing some metal refining. So this is like the cooling part of the metal refinery. I'll build the refinery section over here in a minute. That is the plan. But yeah, we've already been doing some of it, mate. Basically, I think I want that like that, and then that'll go like that. Nice. And here, I don't think we'll do ethanol. We'll do something like petroleum or something. If our petroleum isn't too toasty. Maybe with some brine. Could use some brine, maybe. Liquid brine. 7 kilos. Nope. How hot is our petroleum? 40 degrees. That's fine. Use a bit of petroleum. Before I put any liquids in, though, I need to figure out the power. Let's get rid of these boys, because I'm not going to use you. Let's put you in there. But the power's going to come straight up the middle. I'm gonna have these running regardless. We won't do any automation on these apart from thermally probably. Some tink like that. I mean, Grant's going to mention it many times in the turbine solve everything banterish way. Oh, I see. I see. Is old Wintermute still playing the game? Not checked in on Winter for many, many moons. Not since he butchered one of my builds. He messaged me once asking if he could use my build on one of his videos. It was when we were doing like liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen builds ages back. I was like, yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, just make sure you get all the details right. I can send you some screens if you want. He's like, no, I won't need it. And then completely butchered my build in one of his videos and blamed the build. I was like, Arr. But I don't think he meant to, bless him. He's a good boy, is our Winter. He's not spoke to him in ages. Yeah, Ian. Yeah, I did answer, mate. We did do it, I think, when the turbines first came out. We had one of our first bases when they redid the turbines. We had them all over the place. I think we used them on like every volcano we had because it was like the novelty was still there. And we did do some self-cooled, some not. But I found, I think when we self-cooled them, we had to cover some of the ports or something. I can't remember. It's a long while back. Oh. The loneliest packet. Okay, the reason I'm running this wire over, by the way, A, for symmetry, because we'll end up doing the same over here later, and B, so I can potentially put in more transformers and stuff for other things in a minute. I'm going to want some transformers for the refineries and stuff, so I think it makes sense. Some of these wires are probably going to get rejigged a little bit as well. But for now, we'll like just hook that up. Nice. Is our oil still going? Are we chugging away? Yeah, we're getting there. We is getting there. Getting somewhere anyway. There's another big bastard here which I might as well break open. It's so dark down here. Should we put in a couple of lights in here as well? Should we put in like a couple of tile lights? Oh, we can't put them in insulated tiles though. We'll put one in the metal tile instead. Because they do not like being in insulated tiles, I remember. It's so damn dark. Right. So I think that's all I need in here. I don't think I need any other shenanigans, really. We've got automation to toggle on the turbines. We've got... we just need some petroleum dumping in here, I think. This is basically finished at the bottom how I want it to be. I'd just like to get all this carbon dioxide out there, ideally. So let's start getting this pumped out. Oops. Got all this pumped out of there. Oh, we'll need a little bit of water to start us off, won't we? So maybe we'll fill this in a bit. There we go. Ooh. Nice. Oh. I wonder what the symbol was. It's the tile light. We'll just give him that for a minute. Hey, Lady Puppet. I would love a brew. I was literally about to jump up and make one. Oh, you look like death, baby. Oh. What are we having for eats? Have you decided anything? Oh, so you're not cooking then? I thought you had stuff in that needed to be cooked, that was all. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Well, what do you want? I'm not asking you to. What does it need to be done? Like what? I mean... Well, I can't do that. What does it look like? I mean... Okay, I mean, it's that pork I did yesterday. I mean, there's loads of that. But I don't want anything to start getting too close to its dates. Oh. I get that. I'm not forcing you. Don't you come in here being shitty because you feel sick, I'm just saying. What's this? Alarm for what? Is it possible to build some kind of alarm in this game? There's a lot of automation. No obvious way to alert me that something's wrong. There are a few ways that people have figured out doing alarms. Some of them are based on like critters suffocating and all sorts of stuff. Dupes suffocating. But yeah, there's mods for it. There are mods for it, but it depends what you want it for. You know, you can use like thermosensors hooked to lights and stuff if you want some sort of visual cue if something's too warm or too cold, but it depends what you want it for. How much petroleum? I'll put another bottle in it, and that's done. Quick thing I've just realised, when I build this tile, is this liquid gonna... It should pop up really, shouldn't it? It shouldn't pop in, I hope. We shall see. Right, give me some water. I think Perpetual, some people like the idea of having like cues for if, you know, if something is getting too warm, if maybe their base has gotten too warm, they could have an alarm before it does get to that scalding burning point. I think that's the idea anyway. Yeah, that's enough of that. I don't want any more of that. At least that's what I understand. Shit. Down here. Sploopy. Very sploopy. Yeah, we'll dig to this level. I think. Do this like a 7 or something. We'll just start clearing out a bit more of this gubbins down here. And dig all this out with a 7 as well. Probably going to lose access to quite a few things down here, but I would like to drop this level down just a little bit more. Save game. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Let some of this run off. Yeah, balls to do all this. Lovely. It's proper nice. Many, many oils. I'm thinking I'm forgetting something somewhere. I don't know what it is. But I've got a feeling I'm forgetting something. Fucking meal lice. Where are you? Oh. 30. Oh, all my Drekos have died. A lot of my Drekos have died off. Weirdly. Which is not ideal considering I want the plastic right now. Ah! Our first little hatchlings have hatched. This is good. Because we're probably out of coal by around about now. Oh no, we've still got some in here. That's alright. Nice. Right, everything still seems to be ticking over nicely. So, whilst we're waiting on this then, because we've got to wait for this to be a vacuum, put some more water and stuff in here, let's think about what I want to do with my refineries. So, I want to give them some space. Maybe we'll square it up to this level. Maybe we'll do that. We'll square it up to this level. And we'll get rid of Q. It's disgusting. Oop. Nice. Oh. It's alright. I wasn't trying to ask you to cook, I was just making sure, because if so, I'll do it later. But I can't do the curry thing that you do. I know you don't feel well, baby. I wasn't asking. Go do you. Hope you feel better. Sickly lady. No good. No good. Right then, so I'm going to need some smart refinery... Oh, bollocks. Put too much petroleum in here. I have to mop a little bit up. I'm going to need some smart refinery reservoir stuff to cycle my liquid when it's the right temperature. So I'll probably need a couple of tanks, which I'll figure out in a moment. Structure. I don't want to mop too much of this up. Let that settle. Stupid control station getting all flooded and shit. One of those tune-up chips worth it. Whenever you can, really. Once you get access to lead or a plentiful supply of refined metal, you should be looking to try and tune up. Because it's like 50% extra power. So like, these go from being 2 kilowatts to 3 kilowatts. I mean, that's massive. They don't use any more fuel. Neuroelectric here is doing a sterling job. Beautiful job. I should ask if we could put some more demon. Could put some more in there as well. Alright, this will vacuum now. I'd like a bit more water in here before we seal this up. You are now done. Again, I think I will do that later. I'll try and get a lead receptacle in every room. That could be quite cool. So then. Yeah, I think we'll do a mesh flower. And then we'll have a couple of refineries at the back. That's what I'm looking for. Refinement. That would make sense. We want to just do like one refinery on each side, or like we don't need 4 refineries, do we? Surely not. Surely not. No, we don't need 4 refineries. Never in any of my bases ever have I built 4 refineries. No way, never. No way, never. Right then, let's get rid of these as well so we can get this all removed. And the gas pipes. And the vents. What coolant are we going to use? I don't actually have that much petroleum anymore. I could make a little bit more petroleum. It's not exactly a big deal. It's just wondering what we should use. We also could probably do with a bit more ceramic as well. Yeah. Though I do not have the coal for ceramic at the minute. Fuck. Come on, game. Wakey, wakey. Come on. Let us find just a bit of bulk of coal to mine out to make some ceramic. I don't really want to, but I don't have much of a choice. Blep. I can't even reach up here properly. Get all that dug out. Just to give us some to work with. Good work, everyone. Oh, there's still a bit up here as well. Frisian the Mighty. What a dupe. What a mighty fine dupe. Very good, everyone. Thank you so much. So did we dig all that out? Pretty much dug it all out, no problem. So we've now got 15 tons of coal. Nice. Let's now make a shed load of ceramic just on the quick. Probably not priority 9, priority 8. Priority 8 should be fine. Good, good. So this ready to go. Let's just copy these to there. And we'll do this as well. Make sure this is done with like an 8. Done with like a 6. Cool. Kilns, they are going. I'm gonna want a little bit of ceramic piping for this, so it makes sense for me to get the kilns online for a minute. Oh, we've not swept all that yet. Is this? Oh no. Oh, allow manual use is off. Sweep only. Okay. Right then, so let me think about how I want to do this. So I'm going to want 2 reservoirs. So I'm going to want the main reservoir, which is going to be cycling coolant. And then I'm going to want another reservoir. Okay. I don't have any steel. Motherfucker. Do I have any pumps made out of steel still kicking around? Oh. Didn't I build some stuff out of steel like an idiot? I feel like I did. I feel like I maybe did. Idiot. Need some steel stat. Oh, this is gas locked in there. I wonder why it was all yellow. Could we get that cleaned out? I feel like there was some stuff I built with steel, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe not. Might be time to get this closed up as well soon. It's going to start freezing things. Yeah, it's too cold. Let us... Just whilst I'm looking at this, let's get this schwepped up. Let's get this moped up. And then let's get this sealed up, because I don't really want this anymore. Realistically. This is going to keep happening. Yeah, I could have sworn I built some pumps out of steel somewhere, but maybe I'm tripping balls. Or maybe we've already got it all back. Tune-ups are a really unbalanced mechanic. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't make it cost more resources, like some complex resources, rather than just refined metal. It was like another perfect use for Abyssalite. Could have been like one of the things you're making, like the molecular forge or something. A bit more of a complex recipe. I know, a lot of the features in this game have sort of been introduced and arguably need a lot of refinement, need a lot of tuning up. But, well, is what it is. Oh, I built all these pumps out of steel because the natural gas is too warm. It kind of explains it. Okay, come on, do this mopping thing. Mop the water before it becomes ice. And then sweep all this stuff. I think we have places for all these things. They're just being lazy boys. Yeah, if it gets too cold down here, it's going to start freezing the water, and it's already stifled some of the crops down here. Because this is a cold CO2 boy. It'll all bounce out again eventually. It's just, I left this open for a bit. I think I was just pushing some gases out. I can't remember why I was doing it. But it can be sealed now. I don't think tune-ups are really that unbalanced. I think they're a reflection of how unbalanced power generation in general is. Well, power gen to me is a strange one, because obviously a lot of people are like, nah, just rush to space, infinite free power, which we've done many times on stream, and it is, you know, it is good. The space free power thing is good, but I kind of don't like to rush there. I kind of like the idea of a base having to be supported, having to actually function. I mean, obviously, as soon as you get to space and get a big old solar grid down, it's kind of GG, the game's over sort of thing anyway, but I don't know. There's a lot of facets to this game that, for me personally, could do with a bit of a tweak or a bit of a refined look at. Like, space to me now is boring as hell. Just boring as hell. Because we've done it so many times, and the only thing it gives us is space materials, which we don't need for anything in space. We just need for like more interesting builds. Do you know what I mean? Like power tune-up to me isn't a big problem. Like the power balance isn't a huge problem. It's more the resources thing. Like imagine if you could only do tune-ups if you used neobium. That would change tune-ups, wouldn't it? But arguably at that point, if you've already got neobium, you're already in space power, so you don't need tune-ups. It's hard to balance. Game isn't exactly right with options for power gen. Tubes, for example, can eat a phenomenal amount of joules. It's one of the reasons why I've not started using them yet. I don't really have enough power to justify it yet. I'd love to get our tubes online, but tubes, we can't really justify it just yet. Probably should have flooded this with something else so it couldn't keep outputting. It's going to become a big old cold mess around here. Quite some time. There's a crab on the roof. Oh. Yeah, I think this is a phenomenally difficult game to balance, really. I mean, you know, we all give the devs some grief here and there, but I think it is a bit of a nightmare to balance. With the current things that are in the game, anyway. Right, I'm going to do a few little low prio digs down here, I think. So we'll do, like, all this with a priority 6, just to get all this tidied out. Get these done with a priority 7. And then we'll get all this done with like a priority 5. And then we'll have another sploop. Should be fine. I have so much oil by the time we collected all this. Anyway. Up to 9 tons of ceramic now. I just need to get a bit more of this going. It's why I'm not rushing to do this yet. I also could do with finding a little bit more a little bit more steel. Yeah, we can go a bit more with the wetter. I could have sworn I had some kicking round, but I'm starting to think that I do not. I may have used it all. Oh, I should sort this out as well, really, shouldn't I? Some of the diamond and stuff that's getting dropped here could be getting dropped straight into our storage areas. Phosphorite, diamond, plastic. None of it really needs to be here. If only there was an extended beta testing period, all these issues could have been ironed out. There he is. There he is, everyone. Oh, Wachunga. Thought this Kiara was less enthusiastic, but look at that grin. No, Kiara's super enthusiastic and rejuvenated. Don't forget.